Greetings everyone, hey, a warm welcome and thank you for joining me for this, the May Global Earth Psychic Predictions for 2021. We will use the two decks of cards that you see in front of you. We will work first from this, which is the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. We will then work from this, which is the Psi card deck. So I will move these ones out of the way and we will do some shuffling to see what is in store globally for May through collective conscious energies and through psychic connection. May 2021. I think if you watched the April prediction series, you will have noted that there was a lot of accuracy within them. Ooh, that's a jumper and a half. So death. It's on the side, it's as if it's still coming in or as if it's still happening or unfolding. You know, the death card traditionally is actually about awareness and changing in direction and opening a new doorway to a new start in life. So this is very much what that could be considered. So there could be something about a transformative beginning that is taking place for us globally around the world. However, the minute that card jumped out, I had a very deep kind of like yucky feeling come over me. And it was about death. So I think it represents death on the planet and it represents possibly mass death. And I think at the moment we're referring to the virus issue, and I think we may be referring to the tragedy that is unfolding in India in particular. So we know there are more countries other than just India that are being embattled by this issue at the moment, but theirs is unfolding actually quite quickly, and things are very, very dire over there regards the virus. So I think the death card is actually pointing to that. I don't like the red colour in it. It feels to me like blood. It feels like blood is everywhere, and of course the virus is travelling via blood and you know, human bodily fluids. So let's see what these two are. Wow, that's a lot nicer. The Ace of Cups and the World card. So, oh my God, you know, three major arcanas have jumped out. The first one is, to me, it's just very dark and negative. However, the other two are very much the opposite, transformative. They're opening of love. The Ace of Cups can be like a real heartwarming passion that comes over people. So there could be something that the world becomes passionate about, and maybe it's the world coming together in love and support and nurturing to try and help countries like India out, to try and send the oxygen they need, to try and help send more vaccines that they need, just to try and offer more support and prayers and love to them. So that could be a whole wave of energies that are coming across the planet, and I have a feeling that this could be tied up. However, each of these cards could also represent very different significators that are going on through the collective conscious and the psychic airwaves as well. But the Ace of Cups is a wonderful card to ever turn up in a reading, and it literally means your cup is flowing over. There seems to be some providence, there seems to be something positive coming, and it almost feels as if there is something coming down from the heavens, as if there is this protective aura around something that is happening. There is love, there is compassion, there are ideas, there are creativity, there are new concepts. There could be something new coming for health for us in the month of May. They could be new ideas or concepts or something that is brought to our minds or into the knowledge-based sector, so that we become aware of new propositions or life-saving information that comes to us. The World card often means travel, and it means travel around the world. This could be referencing the opening up of travel. However, I find that mind-boggling when globally per day now there are more people getting the virus than there ever have been since the start of it in 2019. So why would we be opening to air travel when technically we have a higher rate of infection on this planet than ever before? So I wonder if that's foolhardiness or, ignoring the possibilities of yet another bout of infections that could be taken to different countries in the world by the way of travel, especially air travel. The world also means coming to the end of something and finding that you have gained knowledge, awareness, insight, growth, productivity. This is the freedom of life, and she has attained some scholarship along her way, and she has graduated from some sort of school of life. She's also a very physically healthy, happy looking person. So her body is in good shape, as if there is good health there behind it as well. So maybe the Death card was talking more about the fact that we could be moving into a new age, into a new understanding, into a new dawn, and into a new awareness. We are slowly moving into the age of Aquarius. There's no doubt about that. I might see if there's one more that comes out on its own chord. And the age of Aquarius is, we're moving out of the age of Pisces, which has been around for such a long time. So the likelihood of being at the turning point of one age into another age as a human being is very slim, because these rollover of ages actually take quite a long time anyhow, but they last for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So none of us on this planet who are here now will see the progression of where the age of Aquarius takes us, but we're at the starting point of it. Let's see what this card is. Oh my God. Wow. There's something big coming in May. 4 major arcanas. And the Fool, again, is all about this new journey, turning the corner, going out on an unbridled passion, which is like this passion from over here. New seeds of ideas or concepts or something new coming in. Ending of the old, that's the death in the world. These are the new concepts. He's going out on his own. He could be called the Fool because it might be foolish. He often goes off half-cocked, if you like. He's not fully aware of the possibilities that things could fail. He hasn't done his due diligence when he heads off. He is only concerned about himself. I'm getting the feeling that I think people want freedom. They want to be free again. They want to be not shut off and locked down, and maybe they're going to do it regardless. They just want out of this situation that they feel has been holding them down, and perhaps even creating a feeling of death. So in my mind, the two endings are these two, the world and death, and the two new beginnings most definitely are the Ace of Cups and the Fool card. So very, very powerful start from these 4 major arcanas that have come out. I'm interested to see now what comes out with the side deck, and I will just see, we may get some more messages from these cards. Maybe the Death card means we are, that is the Grim Reaper, let's be honest. And the Grim Reaper has been around on the planet for the last year and a bit. Is his time over? Is his time coming to an end? We have the Work card, and that's all about timings. And we have the Tree card that have come out. Let's have a look. The Work card is often about time. It relates to time, as if they look like the inner workings of a clock to me. So I often think time can be misorchestrated when this card is out, or we lose time, or we don't understand the length of time we are dealing with. It's also a card that is dealing with engines, so big engines like ships, boats, planes, trains. So there can be sometimes something that happens with these vessels. We've had quite a lot of events in April where we saw ships go down, they sunk, they got lost. We've had the submarine, the unfortunately loss of 53 people on board. And that card came out in May, not the work card, but the card that was relative to boats and issues to do with boats. So it was quite poignant that we had so many things happening. But again, I think this work card can point to issues that can have to do with big engines on vessels, and sometimes not in the best way. The family tree is interesting. We can think of royalty here, and we can think of that the British monarchy perhaps, because so much has happened since the month of April, or just, yes, it is the whole month of April, because Meghan and Harry gave their interview, then the Queen's husband Philip died, and then there was the funeral service as well. Now I think their family tree is still being shaken to the core one way or another, and there is still an awful lot of events that are going on, possibly behind the scene, but I think their family tree is going to change dramatically. In fact, the birth of Meghan's baby might be imminent in May. I'm not sure if it's coming in May, it might be a little bit later, but that will be another new addition to the family tree technically. There could also be other announcements along those lines, or other announcements with family members. So there's a lot happening for them, there's a lot that's changing and taking place, and it's not all for the best either. There has been some underhand currents that are working at odd levels within the royal monarchy, and I know a lot of people call them the Illuminati and other different things, but there's some other dark energy that's managed to get its way in, and it's not actually doing the best for them at the moment. Let's see what else comes out in this reading from the Psi cards for May 2021. Fortune, the Tower, and there's the Tower again under the family tree card. So I do think there are more issues with the monarchy. It's a castle. I don't know if it looks like any of the castles that they perhaps own, but there is that in store for them. There's a great change coming there. I wonder what else is going to happen. Technically, the Queen won't give up her throne until she dies, and then Charles would supposedly become the next king. And I don't know that she's going to die anytime soon. It's just been her birthday the other day, the Queen, so I think she was only 95. Well, that's a grand age for anyone. But there's something odd going on in the background there, and I'm not sure if we're privy to it, or maybe if we dug a bit deeper we would be. The Fortune card can often talk about money being tight, actually, so changes in finances especially. Now there's silver in this box here, so silver might be something that's worth investing in, or gold, or I was about to say coins. So if I'm referring to coins, am I referring to the cryptocurrency? I'm unsure. There's a lot of conjecture around cryptocurrency at the moment, whether or not it's going to last the journey. There are a lot of changes coming for cryptocurrency. It will be much more structured. There will be more rules around it, because I believe there's been a tendency for people to money launder through cryptocurrency. So I think it's going to face a lot of changes, and that could make it more difficult for the gains to be made, or it might make it less attractive for the investor, or it might be the complete opposite, and it could make it safer and more people will become interested in it. But oftentimes with the Fortune card, it can mean that finances are activated in the month of May. So it could be a month about finances, that there are changes. You could see unexpected changes, or lots of ups or lots of downs. It might be a time to watch the market if you're thinking of buying or selling, or both. There is also a possibility here with this Tower card and this one here that it can be weather related issues, things like cyclones or tornadoes, and that can be associated with very heavy rain. So there might be some intense rain storms, and it could be through parts of Europe or older parts of the globe. It could also be America as well. But sometimes the rain inundates old villages, or there's damage done to structures such as these buildings, and that can often be through small villages, and they can be inundated with like inland tsunami rain. The other thing that this can also sometimes reference is Italy, and sometimes earthquakes in and around that region. But let's keep going because we haven't got the right number of cards out yet from the side deck. They're very slow to come, or quite reluctant, and I'm not sure why. The Beauty. Oh my God, isn't that weird? The Beauty and the Beast. There's got to be something in there. Who made The Beauty and the Beast, the movie? Is there something going on there with Disneyland? I think Disney made it. I might be wrong. Someone will correct me if I am. But that whole Beauty and the Beast saga, or the archetype energy of that there's someone out there that's maybe supposedly a beauty that's really a beast. That could be an analogy here. There's maybe, so it looks like someone who appears to the world to be someone nice but is actually a beast. Or maybe there's a beast that's attacking a nice person, or someone who is wholesome, or people love, or they adore, or something. Let's go a bit deeper with this one. The Beauty, this is very interesting, is often depicted when the cards come out as a royal member person, and sometimes someone from the UK royal household. And it's right next to this Tower card. Now the Tower in traditional tarot is a debilitating card of severe rapid adjustment and things not going well, like feeling panic-stricken at big changes that may have come in. You know, if you get the Death and the Tower together, they can be very explosive together, and they can cause explosive events and quite dangerous events, and they can be dangerous to the person as well. So sometimes they can relate to an unexpected death. Now, I'm not referring to a death in the royal family here. I'm just saying that there's a possibility there may be an unexpected death of someone younger who could be in a royal family anywhere in the world, or who could be a movie star, or a celebrity, or a politician. And this could come in this month of May. And it could be in and around the areas of the UK or the European areas. It may also be further afield in terms of somewhere like America. Could even be, well, it could be anywhere else in the world. But I'm going to put this one back. We come back to these two. The Beauty is often a younger person, and in this card it's the weirdest picture. I can never quite see what it's actually telling me. It seems very discombobulated from my perspective, and I almost sometimes think of this as a pregnant belly. So maybe there is a pregnancy or a birth that's announced in May. Maybe this person, this Beauty, who could be someone royal and could be a younger female, behaves in an unusual manner, or something happens to her, or she vies for attention, or she takes a lot of public space in the arena. The Beast card can often be someone we think of who is not a particularly nice person, or someone who holds a lot of power towards aggression on the planet or the people that they hold the power for. So sometimes this can be communist leaders or dictators on the planet, like Kim Jong-un, or Putin, or Bolsonaro from Brazil, or any of those, you know, kind of like dictators that are ruling people and keeping them from their freedom. So something may happen there. It could be that they ramp up, that they get agitated, that they start warring-like actions, that they're out there firing off things, whether it's words or missiles or bombs. This is all a possibility when the Beast card comes out. And we've got the Beast card with the Death card and the Tower card, literally. So those three together, again, if we interpret the Tower as being more like the Tarot Tower, they're three pretty volatile cards that could represent some form of volatility going on around the planet as well. Now, the Beast card can sometimes represent fire. And we see the fire in this card, the tree card. So we have a lot of red coming through this reading. And the red can represent fire, passionate fire, or fires out of control. Or it can represent internal fires like volcanoes erupting. It can be something along those lines. It can be trapped in a building that's on fire, or people trapped underground, or trapped into scenarios and they can't get out, and that there's blood and there's loss of life. It can mean those type of things as well. The beast is like the beast of burden, and he is an aggressor and he often causes trouble. So it's an interesting 3 cards that are tying up an energy sector here. But is it a major energy sector, or is it something that is less powerful, and are they just taking each of their own individual, sort of footholds over things for the month? So I think I'm still looking for one more Psi card. Oh no, I've turned them up the wrong way. I'll turn them up the right way. So one more. What else are you showing us for May for 2021? Peace. That's nice, because we've got the peace and the love and the harmony and some sort of spiritual offering and this feeling of lifting and protection and nurture going on through the Ace of Cups, and then the Peace card arrives as well. So you would think that that would gel well, and we can put it together in the reading to have this conglomerative effect of passing peace out. However, when I read with the Psi deck, the Peace card is usually the absolute opposite, and it means lack of peace. So it more likely means that it's synergizing itself with the Beast and perhaps the Death card, and maybe the whole world is affected, who knows. It's a whole bunch of different possibilities that you can choose to read for, and I know a lot of you love leaving your comments too, which is fantastic to read and really good for everyone else to pick up on, about how you feel the cards' messages are being portrayed from your perspective, from your collective conscious energy. Me, I'm not happy so much about the peace coming, and I feel as if there could be a breakout or a lack of peace or disturbances. But we definitely had this propensity from the Ace of Cups in the very first instance of the support, nurture, nourishment, protection, ideas, new beginnings, new concepts, anything that was coming in from the ethers, from the celestial realm. So there are offerings almost of both halves in this reading, like a very tempestuous side, and this was the first card that came out, and I didn't get a good feeling when he jumped out. I didn't have that feeling of transformation and new beginnings. I had the feeling of just a purging and a turbid death feeling. So that was just one aspect. But there you go, guys. Quite a busy reading for May. We could take one more overall. Let's see. We'll use this deck, which is the Rider-Waite deck, and we'll just take one more card from here and see if any of those energies repeat again. The Nine of Cups is very similar to the Ace of Cups. It's happiness, it's success, it's wishes fulfilled, it's feeling sated, it's feeling good about life, it's feeling successful. And even then, the next one that came out relates to travel again, which was the World card. I'm getting the feeling about travel or movement. This is on water, this is boats, this is moving out of the darkness, moving into something lighter, finding your way from a dark period or a transition into something new. So I think there are definitely opportunities coming in this month of May that may lead us into something more positive, that may open doors, that may change directions. There is something else going on in the background, I can tell you that categorically, and it has to do with unpeace or dissolution or movement of something that's quite sinewy and quite problematic and quite dark and forceful. So there's two levels, and I do think that both will occur. We will see some really light, fantastic stuff, but we are going to see something else as well in the month of May. So anyhow, everyone, I hope wherever you are watching this from, you are well and safe, and that you are enjoying whatever it is in your life that is coming to offer you new hope and joy and freedom and excitement and love in particular. Lots and lots of love within these cards here, and even underneath we can refer to the peace and harmony and love. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for subbing the channel. Thank you for leaving your comments. Much love. Namaste.